right. Live on News Chip. Just kidding. So
Live in our
in Mike's backyard.
yeah, it's not a fake backdrop.
No.
Actually, it's a nice
Beautiful.
backdrop.
So I'm Katrina Dibble. I'm here with Mike Kelsey. And do we even need to say that? No, I'll just put it up on the thing.
You just put it.
I'll
on.
put it on the Twitter thing. So anyways, Mike and I have been talking about business continuity and disaster recovery a lot today. So we just wanted to take a second to kind of chat with you guys about that. So Mike, what is business continuity?
Well, business continuity is what you're dealing with today, actually, during COVID-19. In a lot of regards, it's keeping your business afloat and keeping it moving forward during an interruption. And this could be viewed as a really an interruption. COVID-19 has definitely tried a lot of companies, forcing them to send people home, to work from home, to come up with creative ways of keeping things moving forward in the business. So an interruption comes in a lot of different flavors. It could be a flood or
Right.
a fire. That's
Yeah.
business continuity.
Okay. And I hear a lot of times business continuity and disaster recovery kind of used hand in hand.
BCDR.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, they go hand in hand because the recovery efforts typically take place in parallel and more towards the end of your actual interruption or your disaster. Because if your first in any business, I think your first priority is to keep things moving so your business doesn't sustain an interruption that's going to put you under, put you out of business. So the recovery effort is exactly what it says. It's restoration. It's bringing the company back into a normal business process or business setting after the interruption. So it could be that, and we've seen this a lot, where especially if there's a fire, sometimes companies that have dealt with that, they don't want to bring it back on site and on-prem. They just want to leave it in an alternate data center or a cloud setting. So there's a lot of ways to do that. MA Policy has 2 data centers in upstate New York, so we can offer those actual disaster recovery services, as well as priority data center services or hosting services. Run out of our private cloud setting where we can put you in Microsoft's cloud. We're a tier 1 CSP, a cloud services provider. So a lot of ways to carve that up.
Awesome. And give me an idea, like what would MA Policy do for a typical client to help them through the process?
Well, nobody ever wants to deal with it. It's like, for some reason, people just don't want to think about it. They don't have to think about that. It's tough to think about getting wiped out or getting interrupted in that way. But remember, disasters can occur in many different ways. It could be just, a passing on of a business owner who was key to that, and not having a good succession plan in place. That could represent a disaster or interruption to a company's business. But what we like to do is, and what's really typical standard practice is a risk assessment and a business impact analysis. So assess the risk that you have, the exposure, and the business impact analysis, which is really crucial because that maps out your business processes and makes you think about them in terms of their dependency on your information technology. And then you will be able to come up with your priorities, your recovery time objective and your recovery point objective. How long can I be down for before I have to be up, and at what point do I have to recover back to so I can resume?
We were talking a little bit earlier too about where people are in the process of this plan and this program. We were saying that it was a great time to to finalize that because they're half the way there already. What are your thoughts on that? Like, what's the next step? And
it's a great time because you're halfway there, like Katrina said, or you're 3/4 of the way there, and you've already dealt with a lot of decisions as to how you're going to work and what people are going to do on a daily basis,
Right.
and security's paramount in that whole equation. Hopefully people are thinking about that. We keep reminding them that that's just as important as figuring out how you're going to work remotely. So take it across the finish line. Now you've got it halfway or 3/4 of the way there. Plan it out the rest of the way. Write it up and get a plan in place that you can test at least annually. We'd love to see it twice a year. Some companies will test certain pieces of it quarterly, so they can test it all and not have to be as burdened with trying to do everything all at once. So get it across that finish line and finish it while it's fresh in your head, and don't wait for the new norm, because we don't know what that is yet.
Right.
And we might be living in it now. So make it formal, whatever it is, but put those put the provisions in place so that you can handle something that's even more impactful than just what we've dealt with COVID-19.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And saying that they're halfway there, or 3/4 of the way there.
Mm-hmm.
What is, how long does it take? Like, what is the process? Like, is this because they're so far along? Is it easier now, or is it less time consuming, or is it more with testing?
We find people, companies, a lot of companies will say, hey, I need a DR plan.
Mm-hmm.
And they leave out that business continuity piece of it, and they say, I need a DR plan.
Yeah.
And so you find yourself answering that request by, helping them build alternate systems in an alternate data center, and coming up with a technical solution for them. But nobody likes to take the time to write the plan. And
Right.
the plan, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It just has to be thought through. And I think the more you can plan, especially around that business impact analysis, the more cost effective your BCDR solution is going to be, because now you're dealing with the reality of what you can live with and what you can't live without. It's when you ask somebody, how long can you be down for? The immediate answer is, I can't.
Yeah. Not at all.
Oh, I got to be up all the time. Well, that's
Right.
high availability. So we're going to
Right.
mirror your transactions as they happen on one system. We're going to mirror them to another, and that may be the case in some businesses, in some industries. But what we find more often than not, when people do take the time to do the business impact analysis and work through it, they find that what they thought was most critical really isn't. Best one that I see, the number 1 and 2 apps or applications in any business is email.
Yep.
Your accounting application, payroll, and those are top apps. And now maybe it's not email, maybe it's your collaboration platform.
Right. Yeah, everything's changing.
Everything's
For
changing.
sure. Well, thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah,
It's a nice
it
day
is.
to do it.
It is. I know. Your sunny backyard.